Something that I wish that somebody told me way sooner is that nobody actually likes people pleasers. Now, if you are a people pleaser, you are going to want to jump through the screen and punch me in the face. And believe me, I get it. I used to be a hardcore people pleaser. If I saw a video that started like that back in the day, I would have immediately shut the screen off. I would have been so insulted, so offended. I would have been like, no, and for any of the people who watch Friends, you will have gotten the reference. I was a people pleaser. I was a horrible, horrible people pleaser. I wasn't my own person. Like, if you told me your favorite color was red, so was mine. If in the next second you were like, you know what, actually, it's actually blue, I literally would have in that same second been like, you know what, me too, you're right. Bananas. Nuts. I was a hardcore people pleaser. And I'm also somebody who has been able to overcome that and navigate that and help so many other people navigate their people pleasing tendencies through the work that I do as a licensed mental health counselor, through the podcast and the business that I have helped start and run, Evolve Ventures, the business and the podcast. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Bianca, and I hope that you were not turned off by this video, by the way that I did this introduction, because honestly, I think it's the hard truth that a lot of us need to hear. A lot of us people pleasers, we really need to understand that you are not actually going to be liked and more loved and wanted and chosen and not abandoned by engaging in people pleasing tendencies. What's actually going to happen is that people are going to use you and they're going to keep you around to satisfy their needs because they know that you're a people pleaser. They know that you engage in the behaviors that you engage in, and they're going to be able to get their way from you. This happened to me more times than I can count. Growing up, I didn't actually have any real friendships. I had a few, but because I was desperately insecure, because I was deeply in my head, kind of to the last video that I had made about the negative automatic thoughts, my intrusive thoughts were all over the place. I was extremely insecure. I was so shy. I had a really hard time making friends. I had no sense of self-worth. And because of that, I had a really, really hard time navigating interpersonal relationships, having romantic relationships, having friendships, getting along with my siblings, getting along with my cousins, getting along with anybody, because I just so desperately wanted to be liked. I just so desperately wanted to be chosen. And the only way that I knew how was to get you to like me by people pleasing, by doing anything that anybody else wanted and making myself have no needs, no desires, no thoughts, no feelings, no nothing of my own. If you're a people pleaser, you think that this tendency is actually going to work because people are going to want to be around you, but it's not for the reasons that you think. If you're a people pleaser, people don't choose to be around you because they're actually getting to know you and they're choosing you and they're wanting you in their life. They're letting you be around them because they benefit from you having no boundaries. They benefit from you having no sense of self-worth, having no sense of self, not having confidence, not having boundaries, not having a personality. Aside from whatever you like, I like, whatever you do, I'll do, whatever you want, I'll get it done, don't worry. We're so convinced that it's the only way that we're going to get love that we really, really believe that if I just engage in this pattern enough, if I do this enough, maybe somebody will want me. maybe somebody will love me. Maybe somebody will finally choose me. But let me ask you a question. If you're somebody who engages in people pleasing, how are they actually going to love you? How are they actually going to choose you? They don't know you. This was one of the hardest truths I've ever had to realize, is that my people pleasing tendencies, yes, it made people want me around because they were benefiting from me, but nobody actually knew who I was. Nobody knew what I liked. Nobody knew what I wanted. Nobody knew the personality and the character and the values and the beliefs that I had, because I never told them. And when you're a people pleaser, you eventually get into this pattern of resentment where you're so angry, you're so frustrated, you are so hurt because you want to be loved and wanted and cherished the way that you do for others. But the thing is, you can't be. Because when you people please, you don't actually give people the opportunity to know you. How is somebody going to know you if you're not telling them anything about you, if you're not giving them things to love, you're not giving them things to know? The thing that worked so well for me, and what I'll have most of my clients do, the majority of my clients, and what I'm suggesting for everybody watching this video, is when you're engaging in people-pleasing tendencies, I really want you to stop and think, what is this behavior going to get me? What am I actually going to benefit from this? Most of us have a really hard time actually asking ourselves these questions and even answering these questions. But when I gave myself the permission to really take a step back and say, okay, I see that there's this person in front of me and I really want their approval. I really want them to like me. I really want them to see me or to know me or to love me. And I know that there's this part of me that just so badly wants to engage in this familiar behavior, which is ignore myself, have no needs, have nothing, and basically just do whatever it is that they want. But hold on. What is that actually going to do? Is that going to give them a chance to get to know me? No. Is it going to give them a chance to see me, to understand me? No. Is it going to make them want to be around me because of the person that I am and not the behaviors that I do for them? No. When you can actually pause and ask yourself that question when you are about to engage in these types of behaviors, it is one of the most liberating things that you can do. Now, granted, it's going to be brutal at first. It's going to suck because every part of you is going to fight against this. It's going to say, no, no, no. If I just do this enough, if I just give them what they want enough, if I can just have no needs and have nothing about me, then they'll want me because I'm a burden, because I'm a problem. People pleasing comes from that. It's those negative core beliefs that you're not lovable, that you're not deserving, that you're not wanted. And so if you're living from that frame of mind, nobody is going to be able to get the chance to love you, to know you, to want you, to choose you, because all of your behaviors are based on, please, for the love of God, don't see me, don't find me out, I don't want to be exposed. If I can just do enough for you, maybe then you'll love me, and then maybe you'll help me heal these wounded parts of me that I don't want anybody seeing. Do you guys see how backwards that is? Now, when you're experiencing it, it makes perfect sense, right? It's like, don't look at me, stay the hell over there, like, keep your distance. I'm just going to keep you at an arm's length. I'll do whatever you need, but don't come near me. I've been there, so I know. but it doesn't actually get you the thing that you want. And I wish somebody told this to me sooner. I had to learn from 29 years of buffoonery. So I wish I had learned this sooner. And that's why I'm making this video. I know this sounds so simple. I know this sounds really straightforward, but try it. Most of the therapy tools that I utilize that are the most effective are really things that are this simple. Before you're about to engage in a behavior, before you're about to people please, take a second and ask yourself the question: is what I'm about to do actually going to get me the thing that I ultimately want, which is to be seen, to be loved, to be accepted, and to be validated? I guarantee the answer is no. And I guarantee if you reflect back on your previous life experiences and all your people pleasing tendencies and all of the behaviors that you have previously engaged in, you'll have so much evidence to support this. And if you need help doing this, if this is something that you truly don't believe that you can do on your own, number one, that's okay, because most people can't do this on their own. I didn't. I've had coaches and therapists for the last 8 years almost. So you need people. And if you need somebody, if this is something that you know you would benefit so greatly from getting help with, please reach out, send me a DM on Instagram, Evolve with Bianca, or go to evolveventurestech.com and let's work together. I've helped hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people. I've done 5,000 therapy sessions. I've done countless speaking events. I've done so many things that have been able to help so many people just like you. If you are a people pleaser, there is a way out, and you don't have to do it alone.